Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you a sneak peek at some upgrades that I'm going to be making to my 2019 Specialized Rockhopper. Now, don't get me wrong, I like this bike just fine. It is a great bike. But as with anything, there's always room for improvement. That being the case, I have chosen some upgrades and I think this is going to be a really fun project. Before I show you my upgrade components, I want to bring you up to date on the current state of my Rockhopper. The bike is largely the same as it was when I bought it, a little over a year ago. It's a medium frame, not a large as I thought in my first Rockhopper video. It's all aluminum with 29-inch wheels front and rear. It still has the original 3x8 Shimano drivetrain. As I have said in previous videos, it is pretty much an entry-level hardtail in the 2019 Specialized lineup. That said, it is just amazingly fun to ride. I mean, I really like this bike. Now I bet it accounts for at least half of my trail riding, even though I have 3 other mountain bikes. The upgrades I've made so far are fairly limited. I replaced the stock plastic pedals with cheap Lumintrail alloy pedals, a brand I'd never heard of before I bought them. And I replaced the stock handlebar with a Wake 720mm bar with a bit more sweep. This gives me a slightly more upright riding position. I also added color-matched Rock Bros lock-on grips when I replaced the handlebar. This brings us up to date. So let's have a look at the components I've chosen for the upgrade. And I would add, details are in the description below. So let's look at the touch points first. The new pedals are Rock Bros flat resin pedals. I like these because they are really grippy. They come with replaceable pins, and frankly they cost about 25% less than the Chester pedals, of which they are clearly copies. I've used them on a couple of other bikes and I like them quite well. I'm replacing the stock stem with a shorter Wake 45mm stem. Here's the thing, I prefer a relatively upright riding position. As I said, the extra sweep of the Wake handlebar helped, but I feel more could be done. Having used these stems on several bikes, honestly, this was pretty much a no-brainer for me in order to reduce the bike's reach. Here's a really big change, a dropper seat post. This is a KS E10 remote dropper with an external line. However, the Rockhopper has an opening for an internal line in the down tube and a big exit port under the bottom bracket. This means the line can be internal until it starts running up the seat post. I installed this model dropper on my Mongoose XR Pro last year, and it has worked flawlessly so far, and it makes a huge difference in the ride. For the drivetrain, I'm going from a 3x8 to a 1x9. The new crank set is an IXF alloy set, which comes with an external bearing. The crank is a Hollowtech style unit, and I chose 170mm crank arms. I went with the 170s instead of 175s because on this bike I seem to get a lot of pedal strikes. Now I can always switch to the 175s later if I decide I really need to. The chainring is going to be a low mileage 34 tooth narrow wide snail that I already have. The rear is a kit that I bought. It comes with a 9-speed 11 to 40 tooth Sunrace cassette, Shimano rapid fire shifter, and a Shimano Altus rear derailleur. The kit also includes a KMC chain and a Shimano cable. And finally, I got this wicked sharp looking RockShox Judy Silver TK air fork. It's going to replace the stock SR Suntour XCT spring fork. It's got a manual lock and rebound adjustment. I think that in terms of both weight savings and performance, this is going to be a tremendous improvement. And a shout out to Worldwide Cyclery for getting this to me a week earlier than the COVID-related delay that they warned me about. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this sneak peek at the upcoming upgrades for the Rockhopper. I really do think this is going to be a lot of fun to put together. I'm going to do it in 3 phases. I'm going to do the touch points, then I'm going to do the crank set, and the final video will be the 1x9 conversion. Hopefully it all goes well. If it doesn't, well, you may see me refurbishing a couple of little kids' trikes that I got out in the garage. Who knows? If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. It really does help. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. And I leave you with wishes for health and happiness. And as always, thank you for watching. Seriously, I appreciate it when you do. Bye.